You know, when that happened with the robberies and all that, was it? I know he was very young, cause and that's the thing about the streets. I really hate the whole street life and all that, only because it's like we don't give grace for age, and we don't give grace for age or experience. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like when you young, things could happen. You know, sometimes you have to go through a couple of trials and tribulations before you start understanding, all right, let me take necessary precautions so that certain things don't happen. But when those things happen to him, you know, I know you're still cool with him, right? Like, what is the advice you giving him, if any, or what is the conversations like? Like, you know, what's those conversations around that time like with him?
Yeah. First and foremost, I always tell him this. I tell him like, yo, every time I'm with him in public, like everywhere, it could be a show, it could be studios, it could be like parties, clubs, mansions. I bet you plenty of mansions to go with him. I would tell him like, nothing happens to you when you're with me in public, but whenever I'm with him, whenever I'm not with him, something bad always happens to him. And I would tell him like, man, like, I mean, I wasn't around for them times that those things happened to him, but
yeah,
I was just telling him like, you know, like, you gotta like change you gotta change your surroundings. You gotta you know, like, move, get security, invest in bodyguard. You know, move strategic, like how these rappers do, you know, when they have big money and jewelry, like they would have like a security guard, bodyguard where they could rely on for their services, and you know, just keep protection on you, something, a knife or something. That's what I would say.
Man, you know.
You can't be moving careless and stuff like that, you know, because it's like he would be careless about a bunch of things, and you know, and that affects like everyone.
Yeah, because he said that too. When I had him here, he was like, yo, you know, I had to realize certain things I'm doing is affecting the bros, you know what I mean? And when you say he was moving careless, what do you think caused that? Because I think G Banger was kind of saying like, yo, you know, he's, I guess, not used to certain things, so maybe that's why he wasn't too aware of certain people or whatever the case may be. In your I guess from your perspective, what do you think caused like the I guess the lack of care or the naiveness of being naive? Just kind of, what do you think made him be naive and trust certain people or go certain places with people? I heard certain people ran while certain things happened. What do you think made him trust these people or be naive or whatever?
I don't know. It's just like him just accepted anyone as an entourage in hopes of being protected.
Gotcha. And then when it's really time to go down, these people ain't really like that.
Yeah. Like, damn. I wasn't around for none of those times that happened to him.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say if I was around, then none of that would have happened. Because every time I'm around him in public, that happens to him. And I tell him this all the time. And even like the real ones know, like, you know, like I will perform, you know, like regardless of what happens, I will perform, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah. I know the first time Jay got robbed, it was in the Bronx, right? By like,
no, the first time it was somewhere in the city.
In the studio, right?
It was somewhere in the city where because he was supposed to meet up with I think Rich the Kid, and he was with the DOD. He was with like Bleezy and K.I. Rich the Kid, he was with Bleezy and K.I. and he was with and Jay was with a soft rapper, portrayed a kid from Boston, a rapper that nobody knows. I don't know. He was with the wrong people.
Yeah.
And I guess the people didn't really care about what we had going on.
Got you.
But the first it happened in Manhattan, but it was by DOD. It was by the DOD guys.
Gotcha. Yo, you know what's crazy? I heard that they just, you know, they did that to him. But I know they didn't put hands on him, whatever. They just took the chain or whatever the case may be. I heard a couple of people ran. The second time was K Flock, well, Dougie B and Sticky B and all that, from what I'm hearing. But the third time I heard through the grapevine, I don't know if this is true, but I heard it was Aladdin from. Is there any truth to that or nah?
Yeah, because I heard about it. It was
wow.
I was pissed off. I'm like, see, this is crazy because you just want to accept anyone as a friend. And
wow. Were they cool? Did they get cool at some point, him and Aladdin?
Yeah, but that wasn't. Yeah, but that's not the guy. But that's not a person. That's not a person I would like want around me, or just be friends with. Period. Just based off how his mindset is and the way he carry himself. He don't look like a guy that's trustworthy.
Gotcha. Damn, man.
So you can't. So now you can't just accept anybody as a friend.
Yeah.
In hopes for protection, and just to use anybody for an entourage. You just can't accept anybody as a friend because like that would happen to you.
Yeah. Damn. I guess could you how did he set him up? Like Aladdin's GD. Well, Aladdin was BD at that time.
He was nothing.
Okay.
He was not BD. He was not GD.
But he was saying he was BD, right? Like
just for image, for just to have people look at him as a gangster, and everyone knows that he's a wankster.
Damn. What made him do that to PNV Jay though? Like what would be the reason? I'm so confused. I
don't know. I could only think of like 2 or 3 reasons.
Yeah.
One is because he probably remembers PNV Jay. Aladdin probably remembered how PNV Jay used to clown him, and on his first interview with Mel's, he used to clown him about wearing fake clothes. He probably remembered that, holding a grudge against him. Or reason number 2 could be is where Aladdin probably hears that hears or sees that these things happen to him, so he probably look at him as an easy target and wanted to hit a stain or a lick or to get his name up for that, for street cred. So that can be reason number 2.
But my thing is why though? Why? I guess you made it clear. He said stuff about him and all that. Damn, son.
It could be that, or it could be like he wanted to gain some type of points, or some type of validation, or he just wanted something under his belt.
Yeah.
Damn. He was never really a factor or an asset. So he probably was desperately trying to look for a lick or something. And I'm hearing that he did it. He's backed over somebody with him from Best Eye, from Herkimer, something like that. I'm like, wow, this is shocking.
Yeah,
this is shocking. I'm like, and once again, I wasn't around that time either. So
yeah,
whenever I'm not around him, something bad happens to him. Whenever I'm with him.
But you're one person. How do you feel like you would be able to stop these things? Was it because your love for him, you would be willing to go all out for him?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because I even tried to speaking of that, I even tried to go off on one of his enemies in the Bronx. This on him, because it was this one time where we was at this club, and he wasn't even supposed to be there, but the people that he introduced me to invited me to that club.
Yeah.
And I decided to hit him up because I thought of him. I thought about him. I was like, you know what? This kind of don't feel like OD lit and comfortable without you. So I'm gonna just invite you. Mm-hmm. So I tell him to pull up He pulls up. You know, he had a ski mask on, whatever. We seen a from the Bronx that he beefing with.
One of the people that robbed him or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I seen him. I'm like, yo, that's him right here. Yo, I'm telling him, yo, can you please pull your camera out right now?
Yeah.
So I could throw the chair at him or punch him or something. You know, I was the only one. No one else didn't care. I was the only one that was willing to do something. I wanted to help him out. You know, he was skeptical. He didn't want to pull his phone out. He called his manager instead. But it was a sad ending because nothing happened. He didn't like. I wanted to do something, but you know, he got to be able to do something too.
What did the manager say? What did
the manager was prepared. He was ready. You know, it was all up to him. He did like, because it's his problem. It's his main issue. That's his problem. It all starts from him. Like, what if we decide to do something to him and then you're not trying to like involve yourself. You're not trying to involve yourself because you expected other people to do dirt for you. You gotta like, you gotta come put this dirt with us too. You can't just expect us to do something and you're just gonna lay back and not do anything. Yeah. So I think that was his intention. He wanted us to do his dirt while he just lay back and chill. And these things is happening to you. It's not happening to us, but we here to help you. But are you gonna help yourself and write out for yourself?
Gotcha.
Not depending on others to do dirt for you.
Gotcha. Could it when you see certain like certain people do things like, if someone's the bringing in the bag, they the cash cow, whatever, they don't really get their hands dirty. There's other people around them for that. Do you feel like that's wrong, or it's like that's just the way it is?
Wait, repeat that again?
There's certain, I guess, organizations or whatever where person bringing in the bag, they're the cash cow. They're the person who's bringing the money in. Which PNV Jay is the artist. He's bringing the money in. He has to keep his hands clean. And there's other people around him who could be doing the dirt for him, essentially. Do you agree with that method, or you feel like, nah, if we all here, all of us got to get our hands dirty? Nah,
we all here, all of us got to get our hands dirty. Yeah. Our hands dirty, because it's rappers that's rapping that, that's living that lifestyle, rapping that lifestyle, living that lifestyle. So, you know.
But then that could be dangerous, because look at Lil Durk now, you know what I'm saying? Like, now everybody's wrapped up, you know what I'm saying? And now, Lil Durk goes from being able to financially support everyone. Now, if he loses this case, he's done for life, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about that aspect? That could ruin the whole operation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, but you know, if it's happening to you, you should, like, if things is happening to you, you should be able, you should want to, like, you know, get your hands dirty. And these things is happening to you, like, you can't just like depend on like just your peoples to like do something for you. And especially if you're not rewarding them, you just want people to just do things for you, do dirt for you, risk their lives for you, try to die for you, but you're not trying to do that for yourself.
Gotcha.
And these things is happening to you.
Gotcha. But